Well, a very big welcome to every one of you from whichever part of the globe you're in. My name is Luke McFarland, and today on my channel, right here on Facebook Live, I am going to be talking about business. Everything that I do here is going to be about empowering your business so it doesn't have to be the way it is. Today, I'm going to introduce you to Operation Kickstart because a few weeks ago I put it up, but we had some technical problems with Facebook Live, so I decided to rerun it to help you business owners out there understand that if you're ready to do this, your business is going to be transformed completely, and yes, you can start to thrive again. You don't have to be a zombie business. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to try and make it happen from where you are. Today, as we go forward, I hope that you're ready for it. I hope that you're going to be prepared for it, because this is going to be a whole different ballgame for everyone that's watching it, and I'm going to be sharing with you a presentation. I hope you can see it from there. Let me know what you think about it as we go forward. Leave me some comments, and as always, if you need to contact me, well, you'll know what to do by the end of this session. Today, Operation Kickstart is a program that I'm going to be working out with you and explaining to you. So get ready for this. Get yourself a glass of water, get yourself a cup of tea, whatever it may be. And get ready, guys, because this is going to be a strong one. This is going to be a powerful one, because I'm a no-nonsense, realistic guy. And I'm going to tell you that if the data I show you over here is mind-blowing, and this is why you need to engage Operation Kickstart into your businesses. I'm going to be explaining what that's all about, and explaining why you need it, and what's the reason for it, and how we go about it. So stay tuned for it. Get ready for it. It's going to be powerful. Today, as we get into it, I want to break it off by saying Operation Kickstart 83012 is a special program that I put together after 30 years of business around the globe with some of the biggest businesses and companies on the planet. You can see that when you head to my site and all the different company names up there. And I have to say, working with these companies, I have learned some of the best things there are. And I've learned what it is to restart, because I've spent 20 out of 30 years restarting businesses and restarting multi-million dollar programs. So today, everything I did in those corporates is what I'm bringing to you for your business. Because if I can show you how to do it, the next stop is a revenue generating machine. Today, as we get into this presentation, I think it's going to take us about 35 to 45 minutes, give or take. And while we're going through it, make sure that you watch it, make sure you understand it. And if you ever need to reach out to me, you're going to know how to do that as well. So as we get into it, welcome to Operation Kickstart. Today is the day when I'm going to explain it to you, and we're going to get ready. So let's jump straight right in, and let's take it to a new level. What business is Operation Kickstart for? This is for a business whose outgoing increasing and decreasing by 50%. Sorry, there's a typo there. Decreasing by over 50%. This is for businesses that are seeing a reduction in the sales and the profit margins by 40%. And this is for businesses that are seeing ROI diminished by 65%. This is for your business whose products and services that have failed, they're no longer selling, people are no longer buying it, and as a result of that, you're struggling with it. And obviously, this is for businesses that have lost their customer demographic, which is completely vanished. When you understand this, nearly 2.8 million businesses just this side of town here in the South Pacific, here in Australia, just in Victoria, New South Wales, over 2019 through to now, have fallen over, and I think 1.2 million of them are what I call zombie businesses. I'm going to be touching on those zombie businesses as we go forward. But this is what Operation Kickstart is, and this is what Operation Kickstart will help these types of businesses as we go forward. Why are we here today? Well, you're here today because you need to restart your business. That's something I had to do, and when I got myself ready for it, I had to prepare the way to do it. So you're here because you need to restart your business, because the investments you've made outweigh the closure of your business. You can't afford to let it fall down, and you can't afford to let it just be a zombie business anymore. And finally, you found the place where you need to pivot. You must pivot into the digital century. So very important. Operation Kickstart is about how to kickstart your business and skyrocket the revenue by developing strategies that achieve continual growth, becoming a 24/7 income generating machine. That is my aim, and that is my purpose in what I do. I want to show you how exactly you can do this, because I want your business to not just survive, not just be a zombie, but literally turn it into a powerhouse in this beautiful time that you're living in, when we start to use the mechanisms and use the strategies that we have. If you've suffered loss, then I want you to know I've been there too. And together, we're going to change your paradigm. And if you missed the welcome, I'm Luke McFarland, and I bring with me 30 years of experience, 30 years of business executive experience, international companies, working with multiple business sectors over different business segments. And I've done this for tier one blue chip companies, I beg your pardon, all over the globe. In 2018, I lost my business. A $385,000 business came to a grinding halt, and everything with it also fell by the wayside. And the reason for that was because there was an outsourcing frenzy that took place. Everyone wanted to take their businesses and run it off to all the developing countries for a dime and a nickel. And because a lot of the companies also decided to engage offshore resources, obviously because of cheaper rates, and they moved their production. And also, there was no new business starting to come in. These were some of the factors that led to my 25-year-old business, which sadly came to a grinding halt, and I just couldn't do anything with it. In 2019, I lost the beautiful family home. Yeah, my beautiful family home with my kids and my former wife. Everything came to a halt, and that was the end of that. And with the sale of the home, well, everything else fell apart. And I was literally left with the clothes on my back, picking up some of my clothes from just under a tree, and rebuilding my life. And I'm going to share more with that, and that's a tough subject for me to talk about. So I just want to keep it brief because no one wants to dwell on the past. We all want to go forward. And rebuilt my business by pivoting it into the digital century. I learned the skills to identify your niche, to engineer your demographics, and influence your delivery. You have to understand this, guys. This is very important for your business. I don't care what type of business it is, whether it's a service-based business, whether it's a software business, whether it's a delivery business, it doesn't matter. It needs to move with new strategies and be able to change the type of skill set it has, identify its niche, engineer its demographics, and influence delivery for it to survive. I developed the art to attract the customer, to engineer the demographics and produce the offer. I beg your pardon, it's been a long day. And if you ever felt that you couldn't do it, and you don't have what it takes and don't know how, then you need Operation Kickstart. Operation Kickstart is an 8-step priority program that I put together, which takes 30 days to implement within your company, and then I support you between 12 and 36 months to turn it into a revenue generating machine. And then I back that up with a 60-day money back guarantee. That's how confident I am in what I'm going to do. And if you're ready to step into the ring, this is what's going to happen. In this presentation, I'm going to be covering 5 different pieces of work for you over here because I want you to get a full picture about this. This is all about you and your business. This is about you not having to struggle with the fear of what happens if it takes place again. What happens if another global event takes place which shuts down business? Will my business stand? I think that's the question we've got to ask ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, because we can pretend that it's going on like 97% of businesses do, because the people that do come in to see me, their businesses completely change. Or you can be the one who's going to ask the tough questions, find the answers, and then be able to pivot and go into the next century. We're going to be looking at why millions of small businesses and large businesses failed. Then we're going to look at how the customer has evolved. Then we look at why businesses must pivot into the digital century, and what your business needs to become a high-income revenue generator, followed by the next steps into the digital century. So this 5 cycle that I put together, I'm going to be walking through that today. Hopefully it's going to help you. You can always come back to this live, do the replay, play second by second away, and see what it's all about so you can get a good, robust picture about what's taking place. Why Operation Kickstart 8/30/12 will benefit you? Well, one, it will highlight why small businesses and medium businesses failed. It'll help you and show you how the customer has evolved and why businesses must pivot. This is so important, and obviously with the next steps into the digital century. The first topic I want to touch on today is why millions of small, medium, and large businesses failed. One, they did not have contingency planning. They did not plan for a what if. They did not plan for a system failure, and they did not plan for a business rebuild. Every 120 years, there's a global reset that takes place. We are now living in a global reset. The COVID-19 pandemic has been part of that to issue in the global reset as the world moves to a digital frequency and a digital currency. everything else is falling by the wayside. And if you don't know how to pivot so that you can go from just surviving to thriving, then your businesses are likely to follow the rest of those that have failed along the line. Today, contingency planning is what killed 97% of the businesses around the globe. They weren't able to prepare for a what if. They never even thought of a what if. Least of all, nobody thought of a pandemic. And for what it's worth, I never thought of the global event either. That's why I lost my business. They never thought of a system failure where all their systems come to a halt. Many companies I've worked for have had system failures, and that's why I go in and specialize and kickstart their businesses. And they never plan for a business rebuild. What happens if my business is completely shut down and I cannot get to it? What am I going to do? That's when you need a business rebuild to pivot so you can meet the new changing dynamics. 2, they failed to see the change that was coming. They did not pay attention to the economic downturn that was taking place. They did not pay attention to the World Economic Forum, which is so very important for all small, medium, and large businesses. This is crucial for you to keep an eye on. This is crucial for you to get updates from, depending on whichever stream of work you're in, because it will tell you where it's heading and what you need to do to find the cracks in the picture or in the work so that you can use those places where you can thrive again and keep your business running. 3, they failed to evolve to meet the changing markets. They ignored the shopping trends of their customers. Jeff Bezos opened up Amazon 25 years ago, and Amazon today is one of the biggest resellers of stuff all over the world. And what companies failed to see was it was just not 9 to 5 that would keep their businesses running. They needed to find a way to be available to their customers on a 24/7 basis. They failed to adapt. Adapting was not at the forefront. They were not willing to change what they were doing. They were stuck in their rudimentary, static ways of doing business. And as a result of that, when the pandemic did hit, when the global reset did hit, these businesses started to fall by the wayside. Number 4, they had no competitive edge. The products and services remained the same. They did not innovate with their products and their services. They did not innovate in how to meet the new customer demographic, and we're going to be talking about that as we go forward. Number 5, they had a lack of digital metric acumen. They did not understand what CTA, CPC, CTR, conversion rates, click-through rates, cost per click, call to action, impressions, conversions. They didn't know all the stuff. And so they never bothered with it because it was a completely whole new jargon and terminology that they had to learn. Number 6, they failed to revise their engagement models. They failed to revise their engagement, hiring and keeping the wrong skill sets. Over time, businesses have to change the type of skill sets and expertise that they have in their business because they are struggling with it. And the reason for that is because if you do not do that, your business tends to lag behind and fall by the wayside. There was an emotional and psychological roller coaster, the mental health. That was the tough one, the mental health toll. Many men and women I've met over the last 5 years, many who come to my strategy calls and talk with me, tell me, Luke, I've struggled psychologically and emotionally with this. My family has fallen apart, my business has fallen apart, my loved ones have walked out, my employees have walked out. Lots and lots of things, revenue has been lost, businesses, buildings have been lost. It's had a psychological and emotional impact on the business owners, and nobody wants to talk about this, but it plays a crucial part in being successful. It plays a crucial part in having a business that actually thrives. And as I always say, when the mind, the body, and the spirit are on the same level, then you really start to thrive. Number 4, they had no strategic planning. Absolutely no. They didn't have a strategy of the way forward. They did not design something that was fully engineered, fully defined so that they could move down the track 5 years into it because they were just caught up with the status quo. They didn't expect a change in the trajectory of the way the business world was going. Number 5, they had a poor understanding of business evolution. This is something that destroyed millions of businesses around the world. They had a poor understanding of how business must evolve. People who worked in the pre-industrial age, in the cottage industry, had to evolve to become part of the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution had to evolve to become part of the Digital Revolution. And now where we are sitting, our work, which we've done for the 50, 60, however years your business may be running, needs to evolve to meet the digital century so that it can then reach the masses that are out there, regardless of what you may be selling or what you may be dealing in. Number 6, business ideals did not match the business trends. Their ideals failed to measure up to the market trends. What businesses were not doing was keeping up with the market trends. What was happening with the market? Which way was the market leaning? And not paying attention to these markets is what contributed to the demise of these businesses. Today, if there's ever a time that a business must be attentive to what's happening, to the trends that's taking place in the business world and in the customer world, that time is now. Because that spells the difference between surviving and a place where you're actually thriving again. The next thing you want to look at is how the customer has evolved. And this is just mind-boggling to see where things have gone in just a matter of 3.5 years. This is a graph of the world broadband internet usage in 2022. And as you can see, the amount of broadband being used just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing. This is how powerful it is, which gives you an idea of how many people are shopping on the internet, how many people are reviewing things on the internet, and how many people are looking for things on the internet. The next piece of information I want to give you is called the Global Internet Growth and Trends. Very, very important. 4.8 billion people are internet users. 4.8 billion. 28.5 billion use devices and make other connections to the internet on a daily basis. Faster broadband speeds are now hitting 75.4 Mbps, traveling all the way to a full gig, depending on the systems that you put in place. And video viewing has upped to 82% of traffic. Why am I sharing this with you? Think about your business, your products and your services. If they are not falling in these metrics and you're not in front of those customers, then you're doing your business a disservice as you go forward. According to Oberlo, how many people shop online? 2.14 billion people worldwide purchase goods online. Why is that so important? Well, it's very simple. If your products and your services are not available to your clients 24/7 online, then it's only a matter of time in this present age, in this present digital situation that we find ourselves, so this present economy we find ourselves, before your business comes under threat of being closed, of stopping operations, of coming to a complete grinding halt. How many people shop online? 2.14 billion people shop online. That is amazing when you think about it. Shopping begins online at a whopping 63% of people. And these numbers are realistic numbers that's happening. 63% of the population of 4.8 billion people shop online. Which means that if your services, your products are not available online, then there's those hours that are gone by where nobody knows you exist. Nobody knows your services exist. And as a result of that, nobody's buying anything, and your ROI is starting to suffer. Your revenue generation is starting to decrease, and that's where your business is heading into zombie land, or it's completely halted. Via mobile, shopping is up 50%, which means your products need to be displayed via mobile app. You need this for your business to survive. And when I say survive, I'm not talking 6 months down the track. I'm talking 12 months, 24, 36, 72, all that kind of numbers, because you have to plan this in the longevity for your business to survive. 50% of people are shopping via a mobile phone or a mobile device. 42% of people had an impact because of coronavirus. 42% of people are shopping online. That is startling when you think about it. If 42% of people are shopping online and your products are not in front of them, your services are not in front of them, then that's no sales and no revenue generation in your business. Shoppers are expecting to see new products constantly. 75% of shoppers want that. They want to see an innovation, a revision of your products and services. They don't want the same old thing anymore. Whether you sell a $1,000 product or a $100,000 product, your shoppers are looking for innovation. They're looking to see new products constantly. The next thing I want to talk to you about is why your business must pivot into the digital century. When you look at the data and the math, we can see that over 60% of people around the world have access to the internet. 98% of purchases begin with an online search engine, and the opportunity to save has become especially attractive to the customer. These are startling facts when you look at it. 85% of respondents said that they went online at least once per day, and retail e-commerce revenue will pass the $500 billion mark in 2022. What impact does it have on you? Well, if your products are not in front of your customers and you're not constantly revising your product line and your product range, then you're missing out on the revenue and on the sales. Everything points to your business becoming digitally available to your customers. The data says it, the stats say it, the schematics say it, the news says it. Everything shows you that if your business becomes digitally available to your customers, you're going to see the benefits and you're going to see your business starting to thrive again. What your business needs to become a high-income revenue generator. Your business can thrive in this post-pandemic world. There's no question about that. But to do that, it must become accessible to a wider demographic. Very, very important. It has to become accessible to a wider demographic. It must pivot into the digital century. Nothing that I've shared with you today is just theory. All this evidence in here is based on statistical information that I've seen, statistical information that I've gathered in the many hundreds of businesses that I've spoken to over the pandemic as we race towards this new setup of this new business environment that we find ourselves in. So what are the next steps into the digital century? What's the next steps for you after watching all this stuff? Well, your business can be transformed. I want you to remember that as you go forward. There's no question about it. It doesn't matter what kind of business it is, but your businesses can be transformed. Your business can be realigned. It needs to be realigned to meet this digital century. When you understand that and you start to pivot your business for that, it's only a matter of time when the realignment starts, and when it finishes, you become streamlined so that you are now flowing in the direction of where the economy is going or where the business trend is going. And finally, your business needs to be repositioned. We have to take it from just making money from 9 to 5 to making money 24/7. That is paramount for it to happen. To become a high-performance revenue-generating machine, I have a proven system that's taken over 10,000 plus hours to create and was tested using my own business. I have a system that works, and if I can do this, then I can do it for you as well. No questions asked. And to do that, that's all about Operation Kickstart. Operation Kickstart is 8 steps in 30 days, and I'm going to support you between 12 and 36 months, regardless of your business turnover. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is taking your business and making it lockdown resistant and financially resilient as we go forward into this economy pressing in, because our businesses need to run for us, depending on how old you may be or how young you may be, at least for 40 plus years going forward. When you come to Operation Kickstart, you'll be connecting up with me on an Engage and a Consult strategy call. That call is a live private session for 30 minutes of free consulting window. And there I'm going to be listening and identifying opportunities for you. I'm going to be hearing about what your struggles are, what your pain points are, what your setbacks and your concerns are all about, and what your expectations are as well. And once we have that conversation, we're going to go through the whole process, and hopefully when you realize the importance of what you're doing, then your business moves on to the pathway where it becomes a high-performance revenue-generating machine. So today, keep this in mind as you go forward. This data is critical to your business becoming successful. If someone else was doing this for you, it would cost you in excess of $36,000 at the very least. Why do I say that? Because I've worked for some of the biggest blue chip consulting firms on the planet, And I know what those tickets that we used to write for the billing at the end of the month, for giving people the strategies or giving them the pathway to restart their red line programs. Today, let's take the first step to restarting your business. And to do that, I want you to head to the link in my bio. Go to luke-mcfarlane.com, and when you get there, choose from the menu, I need to kickstart my business. Once you click that link, you'll be taken to the page where Operation Kickstart works on, and you'll see the big blue button or the purple button for Teams and blue for Zoom. Go ahead and schedule your free 30-minute Kickstart consult session. Once you do that, fill out the pre-qualification questionnaire, because I need to be careful with the people I work with. I need to be careful that I can actually help your business and make your business compliant and make it a revenue generating machine. So there's a pre-questionnaire that you need to fill out, because we only want the serious customers in here. We want the serious people who are going to partner with us, because we don't believe that you're a customer or a client. We believe that we are creating a family and a journey, and my mission is to help 1,000 businesses by the end of 2022 to become high performance revenue generating machines. So that's why the pre-qualification questionnaire is there. Make sure you take the time to fill it up. Now finally, once you do fill it up, choose a time that's convenient to you, and then make sure that you actually show up. It's really, really important. Operation Kickstart is everything you need for your business. There's no question about it. It skyrockets your revenue, changes the ROI, and transforms your business so that it becomes a powerhouse of a revenue generating machine. And we're going to do that harnessing the power of the internet. We're going to use the platforms that are out there to make that business of yours become a high ticket machine. Today, as you watch this, I want to say thank you for watching it. I want to say thank you for being part of this. Thank you for understanding what I've been talking about over here. And if you need to reach out to me, you need to connect up with me, just go ahead and drop me some comments in the comment section. I'm here to have a chat with you, and book some time at the consulting calls. Let's take it to the next level. I want to say congratulations to all the businesses that have contacted me and have started walking through the Kickstart process, because the Kickstart process is 8 gigantic steps, and each step takes us closer and closer to the revenue generating machine. So the call to action is very simple. Do you want your business to operate on 24/7? If you answered yes, you need Operation Kickstart. Do you want to see an increase in your revenue and your sales? If you answered yes, you need Operation Kickstart. And do you want to have the peace of mind and not lose the house, lose the family, lose the loved ones, lose the buildings, lose the assets? If you answered yes, then you need Operation Kickstart. Today, I'm here to back you 100% of the way. I'm here to see to it that we don't just do something with you, but we partner with you. We journey with you. I capped it off with a 60-day money-back guarantee, because once you start entering into Operation Kickstart, I'm going to show you what it's all about, and you're going to see how well your business can start doing again, and you can reach anyone and everyone on a national and on an international level. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of it. Drop some comments in the comment section here on Facebook, and hey, if you need to share it out, go ahead and share it out. I want to say thank you from myself, and I'm looking forward to connecting up with you in the strategy session. So let's get that going, and we can have a great time. But until next time, it's bye-bye for now.